Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Jeffrey Givens in the world premiere of the full-length version of Big, Black, and Shy. Jeffrey, this is not time to get shy on me now. Would you please come out?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi.
There's a lot of people here today, isn't there? Well, I would like to start with a question, if I may, and you don't have to answer, just think about it in your head. What comes to mind when you think of the phrase black person? Maybe it's something like athlete or good dancer or loud, maybe. Did you ever think of the word shy? Probably not. Some of us are shy, like myself. I've been shy my whole life, and in fact, I was not really sure I wanted to do this show today. I did get a little bit of inspiration from a video that I saw. Maybe some of you have seen it too. How many of you, show of hands, have seen the Susan Boyle video? Anybody? Okay, a few of you. For those of you who haven't seen it, Susan Boyle is a singer. She was on the show Britain's Got Talent. And when she first appeared on that show, she walked on stage, or kind of more like wallowed out on stage, and she looked very unattractive and dumpy, and because of her appearance, people thought she couldn't sing. And then she opened her mouth, and this beautiful voice came out. And suddenly, the entire audience was for her. And when I saw that video, I thought, well, you know, if she can do it, maybe I can do it too. She sang this song. There was a time when love was blind, and the world was a song, and the song was exciting. There was a time, then it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hopes apart, as they turn your dreams to shame. And still I dreamed he'd come to me, that we would live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed. Thank you very much. We are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. As I said before, I've been shy my whole life, and I even realized it when I was just a little kid, just in preschool, like 3 or 4 years old. And I'd be usually in the corner playing alone or reading a book or something, and all the other kids would be playing around each other and being outgoing like they're supposed to be. And like I'm supposed to be, apparently. A typical day in preschool for me might have gone something a little like this. Oh, wait, where's she? Where's she? Oh. Okay, she's gone. Okay. Oh, time to play. Time to play. Okay. Oh, okay. Play pick up sticks. Just like that. Oh. 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 I lost. Oh. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Okay. Okay. Oh, oh, okay. Yo-yo, okay. I know how to do yo-yo. I can do yo-yo. I can do, oh. 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 Oh, I can't do that either. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. This one. Okay. Slinky, slinky. Yay. Everyone, oh! Oh. Oh, I can't do a slinky either. Oh. Okay, well, bubbles, I mean, everybody can blow bubbles, can't they? Okay. Okay. Oh, I can't blow bubbles. Oh. Okay. Well, I know I can do this, a silly putty. Everybody can do silly putty. I can do silly putty too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Can't even do silly putty and the dog eats it. At least you're a good boy. Jeffrey, where is that girl? Oh, I am sick and tired of doing this every single time. Every single day. She has to go in the corner and she has to play by herself. She can't ever play with the other kids. And every time I have to tell her that, she is going to drive me crazy. Oh, there you are. I told you before, you have to get out of the corner. Down, Einstein. You have to get out of the corner and play with the other kids. Don't you want to play with the other kids? And look at the snacks we're having. This is a special treat we're having. Don't you want to share with the rest of the class? Snack time? Twinkies. I don't want to. Okay, fine. If you don't want to have any Twinkies, you're not going to get any Twinkies. I'm going to share it with the rest of the class, and you are not getting a single crumb. Would anybody like Twinkies today? Anybody at all? Any good little boys and girls want Twinkies today?
I want a Twinkie!
Well, Martin, you're not getting a Twinkie.
Why not?
You're not getting a Twinkie because you've been behaving all week long. Do you know what I saw you do today?
What?
A little girl was playing right at that piano, and you pushed her out of the way so that you could play.
That's because she stunk.
It doesn't matter if she stunk. What matters is that you need to learn how to wait your turn, and until you learn that, you are not getting a single Twinkie.
I want a Twinkie!
Well, that's too bad. You're not getting one until you learn how. Fine. You're not ever getting a Twinkie from me. And that is the same for you, Jeffrey, and that is final for both of you. And that's a typical day in preschool. Something else that I used to do in preschool. And that's actually where I started singing. It happened during nap time. Every other kid would be sleeping, but for some reason I couldn't sleep. So I would entertain myself by singing, well, of all things, commercial jingles. Like the following. My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, M-A-Y-E-R. I love to eat it used to do that all the time. And according to my mother, I used to do that at home too. So I may not be able to resist putting a few in the show. So just to let you know, you've been warned. Things didn't really get better for me as I grew up a little bit. I was still shy and all the other kids were still playing together all the time. And I got a little bit of solace from my favorite cartoon character. Snoopy. He was very outgoing and very imaginative, and he could do anything in the world from atop his doghouse. And I got really excited when I found out that the Peanuts kids and Snoopy had their own Broadway show. That was my introduction to theater. The show is called You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. And my favorite song from that show is called My New Philosophy. In this scene, Sally, who's Charlie Brown's sister, has just received a D. Oh yeah? That's what you think.
What?
That's my new philosophy. Oh yeah? That's what you think.
But why are you telling me?
What?
Why are you telling me?
Why are you telling me? I like it. That is a good philosophy. Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me my new philosophy? The teacher gave a D on last week's homework. She said, Miss Sally Brown, your grades are going down. I could have told her my new philosophy.
Philosophy.
Miss B, I'm she. Look-see. A D? A D. Well, why are you telling me? And that's my new philosophy. Why are you telling me my new philosophy?
You know, Sally, I really think I should go practice my Chopin.
No. I like it. No. That's a good philosophy. No. 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 No.
So that's your new philosophy, huh?
Yes. I mean, no. And like a busy bee, each new philosophy can fly from tree to tree and keep me moving. When life's a dizzy maze on alternating days, I choose a different phrase.
Your new philosophy.
New philosophy.
Some philosophies are simple. Man cannot live by bread alone. Philosophies are clear.
Leave a message at the sound of the tone.
Some philosophies pick and choose, deciding what goes in. Some take a lifetime.
Mine take a minute.
Don't you know, Sally, that anything that takes just a minute can't have enduring value? You know, Beethoven, for example, took 25 years.
No.
I can't stand it.
I can't stand it. I like it. It's like a guarantee. My new philosophy. And things are sure to be a whole lot brighter. Oh yeah, that's what you think. Why are you telling me? I can't stand it. Now life is free and easy. Much more philosophy with my brand new. You know, someone has said that we should live each day as for the last day of our lives.
This is the last day of our life?
Clearly, some philosophies aren't for all people. And that's my new philosophy. And now a word from our non-sponsor. I am stuck on Band-Aid brand 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me. I am stuck on Band-Aid, so germs won't stick on me. And they'll stay stuck no matter what, 2 fingers, toes, and knees. I am stuck on Band-Aid 'cause Band-Aid helps heal me. And now back to our show. My first 10 years were okay. I had a few friends despite being shy, and I had my family, and I had life here in the Bay Area. I really loved living here. Things changed for me the following year. My parents split up, and my mother decided to move the whole family to Sacramento. And my aunts and cousins went with her. They all still live there. They love living there. I hate it there. And things started getting bad for me the summer before I started junior high school. That was when my cousin and I were going to be going to the same school for the very first time. And she noticed a little bit of a problem. And so she made it her mission to get me to act black. So do y'all know what I'm saying when I say act black? I mean, I ain't got to explain that to you or anything, right? Look at you. You are acting like some white girl down the street. You stand like this all the time and you talk like this all the time. You can't do shit like that. Okay, you got to be walking like me. You got to be looking like me. You got to be talking like me. Or you sure as hell ain't going to be going to school with me. And as you may have guessed, that didn't really work. This is not me. And as a result, on my first day of school, my cousin shooed me away. Literally did that. Shooed me away in front of one of her friends. And she wasn't the only one. The other black kids made it very clear that I was not one of them either. But I wasn't one of the white people either. And as a result, I usually found myself alone in my own little corner. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whoever I want to be. On the wings of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Egyptian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl, men go mad for love's a game I can play with a cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. Think back for just a minute, back when you were a teenager. Do you remember when you had posters on the wall or pictures of, I don't know, your favorite band or your favorite movie or something like that? I had something like that too. I only had one poster, and it was a satellite picture of the Bay Area, because the only thing I could think of was getting back here, which I finally did when I went to college. Go Bears! My first day there were thousands of kids waiting to get into whatever dorm room they'd been assigned to. And it seemed like even just after a few hours of being there on the very first day, all the kids knew each other already. Like, these thousands of kids were already friends, making plans to go to parties and classes and everything, except for me. I just didn't get why I could not do that myself. So I decided to take a personality test to find out what was going on with me. I didn't know it at the time, but I now know it as the Myers-Briggs test. One of the scales they judge you on is introversion and extroversion. And it's probably no surprise that I scored almost off the charts on introversion. I didn't even know what the word meant. So I figured it was time that I found out what the word meant. Okay. Introversion. Introverts tend to be more reserved and less outspoken in groups. Okay, check. I'm like that. They often take pleasure in solitary activities such as reading, writing, and using computers. Okay? An introvert is likely to enjoy time spent alone and find less reward in time spent with large groups of people. Life was not going to be easy. Well, there it was. I found out more about myself, but my life wasn't any better. I had insight, but that didn't make me more outgoing. And in this groups of thousands of people on the campus, nobody knew who I was. I didn't even know who I was. Look at me and tell me who I am, why I am, what I am. Call me a fool, and it's true I am. I don't know who I am. It's such a shame. I'm such a sham. No one knows who I am. Am I the face of the future? Am I the face of the past? Am I the one who must finish last? Look at me and tell me who I am, why I am, what I am. Will I survive? Who would give a damn if no one knows who I am? Nobody knows, not even you. No one knows who I am. After surviving college, it was time for me to get a job. And a degree from Berkeley got me an $8 an hour retail job. I worked at a music store called Tupper and Reed. It used to be in Berkeley, California. A little bit of a clue into the sentimental fool that I really am. The store closed in 2005, and I still own one of their uniform shirts. The music store had two departments, as instruments and sheet music, and I worked upstairs in the sheet music department. And all kinds of people came through there, students, teachers, performers, all kinds of people. And here's an example of the kind of person I encountered every now and again. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tupper and Reed. How can I help you today? Oh, hi there. I'm so sorry. I forgot to write this down, so just bear with me a minute, okay? I'm looking for a book, and it's a piano book, and oh, I'm sorry, I just saw this at the teacher's house. Give me a second. Oh, it's red. I need to know if you have any red piano books. Why, yes, we do have red piano books. I do need you to be a little bit more specific, though. Is this a songbook that you're looking for? Oh, no. This is just for my 6-year-old daughter. She's just learning how to play. She can't use a songbook yet. Oh, okay. I know what you're looking for then. We have a few different kinds of books then. We have the Alfred book, Faber and Faber book, the John Thompson book. Oh, that's it, John Thompson. And, wait a minute, what level is she playing again? Okay, give me a minute. Oh, duh. I just said she's learning how to play. It's level 1. So I need to know if you have the John Thompson level 1 piano book. A day in the life of sheet music. Although there were lots of performers that I worked with and helped every day, performing really was the last thing on my mind. Until one day, a bar opened up across the street from Tupper and Reed. It was called the Shattuck Down Low. They had karaoke on Tuesday nights. And I had never been to a karaoke bar before. Actually, at that point, I'd never even been to a bar before. So I didn't know what the big deal was. So one day I decided to go and see what people liked about this place. So I went after work, and it was still new, so there weren't a whole lot of people, but there was enough where people were getting up there and singing, and some were good and some not so good. One thing they had in common that I didn't have was the courage to get up on stage. And I was about to leave, but the KJ pulled me back, actually kind of wrestled me up onto the stage. So I finally sang a song, and this is the song that I sang. While I'm far away from you, my baby, I know it's hard for you, my baby, because it's hard for me, my baby, and the darkest hour is just before dawn. Each night before you go to bed, my baby, whisper a little prayer for me, my baby, and tell all the stars above, this is dedicated to the one I love. Life can never be exactly like we want it to be. I can be satisfied knowing you love me. There's one thing I want you to do, especially for me, and it's something that everybody needs. Each night before you go to bed, my baby, whisper a little prayer for me, my baby, and tell all the stars above, this is dedicated to the one I love. This is dedicated to the one I love. On my way home from the karaoke bar that night, I was thinking, maybe it's time I finally took some singing lessons. So I chose a singing teacher. However, I probably should have done a little bit of homework before I chose him, because the kind of music that he teaches and sings is stuff like this. And thank you for being a good sport. And now a word from one of our non-sponsors. See now USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to come. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. On a highway or a road along the levee. Performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. So make a date today to see the USA and drive it in your Chevrolet. And now back to our show. After I took a few voice lessons, my teacher informed me that all of his students would be performing in a recital, including myself. At that point, I'd had a total of 5 lessons. And I'd be singing first. So it was at the Berkeley City Club Ballroom, and it was pretty full that day. And at that point, I had absolutely no performing experience whatsoever. And my guess is that there were cadavers that were less stiff than I was. You don't have to say you love me, just be close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, I can't help but love you, but believe me, I'll never tie you down. Stop. I'm not going to torture you with that entire experience, but that went on for 3 whole minutes. My performing future was not looking very bright. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Get ourselves a treat.
Feel free to make your way to the lobby/dining room. Enjoy some more cheese, champagne. We'll take a 15-minute intermission, and we'll be back with Act 2 of Big Black and Shot. And now, without further ado, Act 2 of Jeffrey Givens in Big Black.
Shut up! Are you still talking? Sit down! What? Sit down!
This is a...
Sit! This is not about you!
So, you may be wondering why I'm dressed like this. Just a little bit. Because of my shyness, I've been generally afraid to talk to people. But strangely enough, they're also afraid to talk to me. Because of that, I'm wondering exactly how they see me. And I think that perhaps they see me something like this. You better wait a minute. You better hold the phone. You better mind your manners. Better change your tone. Don't you threaten me, son. You got a lot of gall. We're gonna do things my way, or we won't do things at all. You don't know what you're messing with. You got no idea. You don't know what you're looking at when you're looking here. You don't know what you're up against. No way, no how. You don't know what you're messing with, but I'm gonna tell you now. Woo-wee! Get this straight. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, and I'm bad. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, and it looks like you've been had. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, so get out my back and get out my face. I'm mean and green, and I am bad. Woo-hoo! You wanna save your skin, boy? Wanna save your hide? Wanna see tomorrow? Oh, better step aside. Better take a tip, son. You want some good advice? You had better take it easy, cause you're walking on thin ice. You don't know what you're messing with. No, you never did. You don't know what you're looking at, but that's tough titty, kid. The lion don't sleep tonight, and if you pull his tail, he roars. You say that ain't fair, that ain't nice. You know what I say? Up yours. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Goes for you too. Watch me now. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, and I'm bad. I'm just a mean green mother, a real disgrace, and you got me fighting mad. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, gonna trash your ass, gonna rock this place. I'm mean and green, and I am bad. Don't you talk to me about old King Kong. You think he's the worst? You're thinking wrong. Don't talk to me about Frankenstein. He got a temper? Ha! He ain't got mine. You know, I don't come from no black lagoon. I'm from past the stars and beyond the moon. You can keep the thing, keep the it, keep the creature. They don't mean shit. I got one style, major moves. I got the stuff, and I think that proves you better move it out. Nature calls. Get the point? I'm gonna bust your own balls. Ha ha ha! Woo! Here it comes. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space, and I'm bad. I'm just a mean green mother, a real hard case. You can't beat this troubled man. I'm just a mean green mother from outer space. Be my Muppets all over Ace. I'm mean and green. I'm mean and green.
Green mother from outer space.
And I am bad. Thank you very much. That was kind of fun.
Scared me.
Good. At this point, I would like to introduce Marty Nemko, if you have not met him yet. He is not only the piano player today, he's also letting us use his house, as well as that of his wife, Barbara Nemko, who's out of sight right now.
Lovely wife, Barbara. Get that right.
Yes, his lovely wife, Barbara Nemko. And we wrote and developed the show together. When the music store I was working for closed, I hired Marty as my career counselor, and that's how we met. And since then, I've gotten on a much better career path, thankfully. And to the surprise of both of us, Marty and I have become best friends.
I think you suck.
Well, that got a laugh, didn't it? So is that the kind of thing you say about your friends?
I have been known to utter an epithet or two about even those who I care about, as some who have worked with me may have.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's something I like to do with the people I care about. I like to sing with them. So we're going to sing a song together.
No, they've already heard my non-voice. Would you please get on with the show?
It sounded just fine. And so we're going to do another song together.
Get on with it, please.
I am getting on with it. Do you know the song Together from Gypsy?
Yes, I know the song Together from Gypsy.
Good. Then we are going to sing it. Don't make me sick your wife on you.
Oh, yeah! Anything with that! Ah! Remember that screen? Okay. What key?
G, please.
Yes, dear.
Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as the stars, wherever we are, it's together. Wherever I go, I know you go.
Wherever I go, I know you go.
No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos.
Egos, maybe.
Together, through thick and through thin,
All out or all in.
and whether it's win, place, or show, it's you for me,
And me for you.
we'll muddle through
Whatever we do.
together,
Wherever we go.
See? Look, they're clapping for you.
Yes.
Okay. As I said earlier, I hired Marty as my career counselor. And I remember my first day there, I sat right on that couch, right in the middle. And even just sitting there, Marty already knew how shy I was. I didn't have to say a word. He eventually found out that I liked to sing, and he asked me to sing for him. And when I did so, it was just like a recital, stiff as a board. And Marty thought, well, maybe he could help me through my singing. If I can loosen it up on stage, then I can loosen up things like job interviews and asking people for leads. So he had me watch some YouTube videos of singers doing these really great performances, like Queen Latifah and Barbra Streisand. Oh, and Kristen Chenoweth on Broadway. And then he took me to a separate room where he goes with his acting clients. And he said, all right, so you saw those videos, right? What you're going to do is you're going to emulate them. You're going to be big. You're going to be larger than life. You're going to be fucking amazing. And you're not coming out of this room till you are. And then he closed the door. And it was about that time that I was wondering exactly what it was I was paying for. But I gave it a shot, and I guess Marty liked what he saw. Because after the session, he offered me a ride home. I don't have a car. And instead of taking me home, he got on the freeway. He does not need to get on the freeway to take me home. So I looked at him and said, what the hell are you doing? You'll see. He absconded with me on some mystery ride somewhere, to the middle of a forest. I didn't even know Oakland had forests. But I saw why he took me there when I got there. In a clearing, there was the biggest theater I had ever seen. Outdoor theater, like 1,500 seats, and this what seemed like a bigger than Broadway stage. Marty pointed at that stage, and he said, you're going to perform on that stage one day. I looked at him like he was nuts, just like I'm doing now. The theater's called Woodminster Amphitheater, right here in Oakland. I had never heard of it, so when I got home, I looked it up. Found out they were having auditions that coming Saturday, so I went down there, tried out. And so there I was on that huge stage, and it's a lot bigger when you're actually standing on it. And just like in the movies, there were a few people in the audience, and they were judging my performance. And, you know, I was nervous, but I did the best I could. And also like in the movies, thank you, next. I got an email a few days later saying that we would like you to perform with us this summer.
Oh.
I was so surprised I had to look at it twice, but that's really what it said. So I went from not even having heard of this place before to being one of their performers. The show they cast me in is called Brigadoon. Here's a picture of me from that show. I'm in the back here. And if you have never seen Brigadoon, it takes place in an 18th century Scottish village. I was cast as one of the Scottish villagers. Only in Oakland. Brigadoon features songs like the following. The mists of May are in the gloaming, and all the clouds are holding still. So take my hand and let's go roaming through the heather on the hill. Not really the kind of music I'm used to. Opening night for Brigadoon was one of the most exciting nights of my life. A few days after that came one of the sadder moments of my life, and until just a couple of months ago, I had only told 2 people about it, and not even my family knew about it. It was the morning of Wednesday, September 9th, 2009. I woke up and I couldn't hear anything out of my left ear. Absolutely no warning, nothing. I just couldn't hear anything. I was scared out of my mind because I didn't know what the problem was. But I got it together and I went to go see a doctor. You can't hear anything, huh? And it's just your left ear? Okay. Well, believe it or not, this is actually kind of a common thing around here. And what usually works is a round of steroids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prescribe a round of steroids. You take this for 10 days, okay? And I'm confident that will take care of the problem. Which it did, for a while. I went back to the doctor when the same thing happened on September 27th. Well, that's strange. Really, the same thing happened, the same year and everything? Huh. Well, you know, we checked it out. We couldn't find any injuries. We couldn't find any allergic reactions. Nothing. That seems nothing is physically wrong with you. But sometimes what happens is you just need a second round of treatment to really take care of the problem. So I'm going to prescribe another round of steroids for you. Again, take it for 10 days. Don't skip a day. And I'm confident this will permanently take care of the problem. But it didn't. And as a result, for the past 2.5 years or so, I've been living and performing with a good ear and a not so good ear. Which is not really the greatest thing for anybody, let alone a singer, but I deal with that as best I can. And I think now might be a good time for a message from one of our non-sponsors. I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company.
It's the real thing.
I'd like to teach the world to
That's the way
sing
it should be.
in perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony.
I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company.
That's what we like, audience participation. Good.
Thank you. Back to our show. That wasn't the only show I did at Woodminster. They invited me back. And here's a picture from a show I did called Finian's Rainbow. And if you've never seen Finian's Rainbow, it involves love stories and leprechauns and a racist white senator who turns into a black gospel singer. There's a show from Finian's Rainbow called Necessity, and that takes place in the middle of Act 1. The ladies of the town are picking tobacco. Some of them want to go to places like Hollywood, New York City, and there's one woman who reminds them why they cannot do that. What is the curse that makes the universe so all bewildering? What is the hoax that just provokes the folks they call God's children? What is the jinx that gives a body and his brother and everyone around the run around? Necessity, necessity, that most unnecessary thing, necessity. What throws the monkey wrench in a fella's good intentions? That nasty old invention, necessity. My feet wanna dance in the sun, my head wants to rest in the shade. The Lord says go out and have fun, but the landlord says your rent ain't paid. Necessity, so plain to see. What a lovely old world this silly old world could be. There's nothing lower than less unless it's nothing lower unless it's lower than less unless it's necessity. I also did a show there called Hairspray at Woodminster. And here's a picture for that show. And you know, I'm not exactly exactly sure what I'm doing in this picture. It kind of looks like I'm kissing the air or something. But I like to refer to this as my dancing my ass off picture. Hairspray features music and dancing, and by the way, I'm no dancer, and race relations and crazy hair. And Hairspray ends with a song called You Can't Stop the Beat. You can't stop an avalanche as it races down the hill. You can try to stop the seasons, girl, but you know you never will. And you can try to stop my dancing feet, but I just cannot stand still. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart keeps in time to the speed of sound. I was lost till I heard the drums, and I found my way. 'Cause you can't stop the beat. Ever since this whole world began, a woman found out that she could shake up a man. So I'm gonna shake and shimmy it the best that I can today. 'Cause you can't stop the motion of the ocean, of the sun in the sky. You can wonder if you wanna, but I never ask why. And if you try to hold me down, I'm gonna spit in your eye and say that you can't stop the beat. You can't stop today as it comes speeding down the tracks. Child, yesterday is history, and it's never coming back. 'Cause tomorrow is a brand new day, and it don't know white from black. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart's keeping time to the speed of sound. I was lost till I heard the drums, and I found my way. 'Cause you can't stop the beat. Ever since the first saw the light, a man and woman like to shake it on a Saturday night. And so I'm gonna shake and shimmy it with all of my might today. 'Cause you can't stop the motion of the ocean, of the rain from above. You can try to stop the paradise we're dreaming of, but you cannot stop the rhythm of two hearts in love to stay. 'Cause you can't stop the beat. You can't stop the beat. And thank you for being a good student. I've been asked to return to Woodminster this coming summer, and you may not believe it when I tell you the show I've been asked to do, but it's Fiddler on the Roof. Now, I want you to be honest with me. When you look at this face, does it say Russian Jew? Yeah, I didn't think so. Whatever. Only in Oakland. It's actually not my first connection to Fiddler, thanks to him. Last summer, he asked me to sing at a Jewish religious service. I'd never been to a synagogue. I'd never been to a Jewish religious service ever in my life. So,
Either have he.
well, a first for both of us. As I stood in front of that crowd, the only thing I was thinking of was, do not mess this up. May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. That song is called Sabbath Prayer. The opposite of that, after a word from one of our non-sponsors. Plop, plop, twist, twist, oh, what a really fit. Well, actually, stop. I think we've had enough commercials for today. Never mind, back to the show. So as I said, that song was called Sabbath Prayer. What's the opposite of that? Well, I alluded to it a little bit with necessity, but I think the opposite of that would be gospel. And I haven't sung gospel very much, although I heard it all my life. I grew up listening to it. My mother plays nothing but gospel. And I just never had the guts to sing it out in public. But I guess I can try a little bit today. Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, hail thee as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Bringer of immortal gladness, fill us with the light. Fill us with the light. Fill us with the light of day. You guys can clap too if you want. Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, hail thee as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin, sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Drive it away, bring a of immortal gladness. Fill us with the light of day, light of day. Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee, and in my life I put none before thee. Cause since I was a youngster, I came to know that you was the only way to go. So I came to grow and come to an understanding that I'm down with the king. So I'm demanding that you tell me who you are, see? Cause all I know is that I'm down with G.O.D. You down with G.O.D.?
You got me?
You down with G.O.D.?
Yeah, you know me.
You down with G.O.D.?
You know me.
You down with G.O.D.? Come and join the chorus, the mighty, mighty chorus, which the morning stars began. The power of love is burning over us. What have you done for him lately? There you go. Ooh, yeah. What have you done for him lately? He watches over everything. So we sing, joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, hail thee as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin, sin and sadness, drive Now that I think about it, I was actually a little bit wrong. Gospel's not the only thing that I haven't really done a whole lot of in public. I also haven't done a whole lot of love songs. And that's because, being so shy, I haven't had much of a love life. But there are a lot of great love songs and love stories out there. You just have to sing about them. There's songs about new love and songs about lasting love. The #1 song of 2011 is a song about a terrible breakup. The #1 song of 2011, if you have not heard, is called Rolling in the Deep by Adele, who just won 6 Grammy Awards. The morning she wrote that song, her boyfriend dumped her. And she went from being so depressed to being so angry. She was on fire. And when I thought about it, I thought, maybe she thought that he should be on fire too. At least figuratively. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your shit bare. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it with a beat. Throw your soul through every open door. Count your blessings to find what you look for. Turn my sorrow into treasured gold. You'll pay me back in kind and reap just what you've sown. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. It all, it all. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it with the beat. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, but you played it, played it, played it, played it to the beat. Thank you. Huh. Well, that was a little bit out of my comfort zone. Would you like to see more of me out of my comfort zone?
Yes.
Okay, let's try it. Ask any of the chickies in my pen. They'll tell you I'm the biggest mother hen. I love them all and all of them love me. Because the system works, the system called reciprocity. Got a little motto, always sees me through. When you're good to mama, that life is tit for tat, and that's the way I live. So I deserve a lot of tat for what I got to give. Don't you know that this hand washes that one too? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. If you want my gravy, pepper my ragu, spice it up for mama, she'll get hot for you. When they pass the basket, folks contribute too. You put in for mama, she'll put out for you. The folks atop the ladder are the ones the world adores. So boost me up my ladder, kid, and I'll boost you up yours. Let's all stroke together like the Princeton crew. When you're stroking mama, mama's stroking you. So what's the one conclusion I can bring this number to? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. Stray feathers. I have been changing a lot lately in the past few years, mostly because of my performing, but I know that I still have a little ways to go. One thing I've been doing towards that end is taking acting classes at the Berkeley Rep School of Theater. I start a class tomorrow. For some reason, they put me in the advanced class. I'll see how that goes. And another thing I've been doing is working on monologues. As much as I love musicals, I also want to do a regular play one day, and you need to try out with monologues when you audition for that. The monologue I've been working on is from Neil Simon's play Lost in Yonkers. I'll be playing the role of Bella. In this scene, Bella, who is described as a child in a woman's body, is confronting her cold, domineering, heartless mother, who is played this afternoon by Marty Nemka. See? He already knows. No, you have to listen, Mama. When I was in school, I let boys touch me. And boys I met in the park. And in the movies. And even boys I met here in the store. Nights when you were asleep, I went downstairs and let them in. And not just boys, Mama. Men, too. I needed somebody to touch me, somebody to hold me, somebody to tell me I was pretty. You never told me that. And some of them even told me they loved me. I didn't believe them. I knew what they wanted from me. Except John. He did love me. He understood me because he was like me. He was the only one I ever felt safe with. And I thought that maybe for the first time, I could be happy. Thank you. Another thing I've been working on is my dancing skills, and as I said when I was talking about Hairspray, I'm no dancer. But I've been trying to get a little better at that. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
on, put a big conga line. Come on, come on. You get a guided tour of the house.
There's no way you're gonna stop. Come on, you gotta get that conga. I know you can't trust up any longer. Feel with my mother music getting stronger. Come on, shake your body, baby, to that conga.
You're pretty good. You heard me say a couple of times earlier the phrase "only in Oakland," and I kind of think that my story is not really an "only in Oakland" story. It's more like an "only in America" story. I kind of think that only in America could a girl who started out in East Oakland could end up getting a degree from Berkeley and making a middle-class living. Or a girl who was so shy she didn't even want to come out of her room could not only be a performer in front of thousands of people, but have her own one-woman show. It might be kind of corny to say nowadays, but I love my country. I'm patriotic. A few months ago, I entered a contest. It was a radio contest for the station KDFC. They were looking for the best singer of the Star Spangled Banner. I entered, and I lost. And I would like to sing my losing rendition. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight what I've been doing in the past few years, I've been changing some, but in a way, I haven't changed much at all. I still rather would be at home than go to a party, and I still get nervous when I perform. And I've begun to accept the likelihood that I will always be big, black, and shy. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So, come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to take a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise. I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise. I think it's pretty. And so what if my identity's a tangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. It's my life and there's no return and no deposit. My life and it's time to work and time to cause it. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. Thank you very much. Would you guys like to hear one more song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you
Well,
gonna do? I don't even know, we weren't planning this, what are you gonna do?
I'd like to sing to you, actually.
That's so sweet. But what?
Do you know the musical Wicked?
I do.
Do you know the song For Good from that
It's
musical?
a fabulous song. It's a gorgeous song. You're gonna sing that to me.
Yes,
It's
I
a song about mentorship, actually. It's really, really nice. Thank you.
Well, I've wanted to sing that to you for years. So I'm going
Really?
to sing it to you now.
What key?
Key of C, please. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something
this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now, whatever way our stories may end, I know that you've rewritten mine for being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea. Like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you.
Because I knew you,
I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things you blame me for.
but then I guess we know there's blame to share.
And none of it even matters anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better?